Chairman, I thank you for your indulgence, and I thank you for the recognition. I want to focus on something that's been little discussed in this debate, and that's how much this war is costing us. Cost is not the ultimate determinant. When we have troops in the field, we should be unstinting in their support. But when the cost runs into hundreds of billions of dollars, it has to be a consideration. The gravest cost, of course, is counted in human lives. 2,514 killed so far, 17,774 wounded so far. The dollar cost is not nearly so precious, but it is substantial. First, for comparison, here's what the first Persian Gulf War cost us, $61 billion. But our allies contributed 10.6 in kind, 48.4 billion in cash contributions, so out of pocket we were $2.1 billion. That, my friends, is the benefit of having allies. Now look at the annual cost of the war we are fighting. Notice that it has increased by almost 100% from 2003, when the war itself was fully going on, to this year, 2006. It's increased from $51 billion to $104 billion a year annually. The next chart then sums up the expenditures year by year, and you can see the bottom line. Thus far through this year, the cost is $318 billion. Thus far. Iraqi freedom alone is $318 billion. To express that in monthly terms, something the Pentagon calls the burn rate, the average expenditure per month for the troops we're maintaining there, 130,000 strong, is running at $8.4 billion a month. $8.4 billion a month. And we've asked CBO, and CBO itself decided to set up a model to estimate what the out-year cost of this deployment would be, assuming that after this year there is a substantial drawdown to the point where 50,000 troops remain in theater, Afghanistan and Iraq. This covers both. The total cost of this over a period of 10 years is $371 billion, assuming a modest increment in our deployment to that theater of 50,000 additional troops. This is CBO speaking. Now, if you add 371 to 318, you get $689 billion. That's what this war could cost us if it goes on at its current level. And we haven't reflected in this number the accrued costs that we're incurring daily due to the harsh environmental conditions in the desert. The Army says it will cost $24 billion alone over the next 2 years to restore and repair and replace equipment. Now, as I said, cost is not the ultimate determinant, but it has to be a consideration when it reaches this magnitude. I don't think we can debate the deployment in Iraq at existing troop levels in a vacuum, as if the cost does not matter, as if we had infinite resources. Cost matters if we're ever to balance our budget. Cost matters for meeting other military needs, for operations elsewhere in the world, for transformation, for modernization. It is too bad that we cannot have a full debate fully all of the grave issues facing us due to the deployment in Iraq.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm pleased to yield 2 minutes to the gentleman from California, Mr. Royce.